Yo, welcome back to another episode of Gumball Sports Machine. The Gumball Sports Machine, where we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile. And most importantly, above all, we are positive, forever and always. Welcome back to another episode. And of course, you know I'm not dolo. I got my guy, my brother, my my co-host,
What's
Triple OG
happening?
Tone. Tone, what's going on, man?
Coolin', my guy. We back with another episode, 2025.
Yes, sir. Hey, you know what? I just realized this is the first episode in 2025. We back in the studio.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Type.
Back in action, man.
Yes, sir.
Back, man.
And I'll tell you what, this is gonna be a good one. You know, we got a special guest coming in here in a few minutes, so he'll be here. Talk some football, talk some basketball. Speaking of basketball, I'll tell you what.
No basketball with him.
Huh? Yeah. You see what OKC just did to him?
Yeah, I still want to tell. They're still in first.
Oh man, OKC just.
I feel like that happens, man. Certain nights you get caught off guard. You know, Donovan didn't have too good of a night.
Oh, he was awful last
And
night.
Shea had a night, boy.
40.
I told
No
you, boy,
problem.
besides Giannis, to me, Shea is him. It's
Really? Yeah. Hold on. It's not. Don't forget Jokic now.
Nah,
Don't forget.
yeah,
Jokic
I
now.
do rock with Jokic. I do rock with Jokic. I ain't trying to take nothing away from Jokic, but I don't know. Jokic, it just doesn't look unstoppable. Not to say it's not unstoppable.
It doesn't look okay.
Unstoppable.
You know what? That we might disagree there because I think Jokic looks unstoppable when he plays. Like he just gets to wherever he wants, whenever he wants, and does whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like it's
He does.
like watching him play is
Besides
like
when Dwight Howard's playing.
man, like in the bubble where he said he was following them. He said even when they weren't hooping, just following them. Yeah,
Tracking him down.
that was nasty work. But before that, we gotta get to my boys, man. Just a little bit. We gotta get to them. They made a big trade, Tom. They made a big trade. They traded Josh Okogie and I think 3 second-round picks and got 2 second-round picks back and Nick Richards, the big man from Charlotte. We've been in need for a big man for a long time.
Yeah, I'm a little confused though. It's open. It's open.
I'm surprised he didn't just walk
Yeah,
in.
he usually walk in like he live here. Now he knocking. It's crazy.
New year, new him.
Yeah, but we're gonna have somebody walking, creeping by in a second, y'all. But
hide your dogs, hide your cats. We'll edit that out. We'll edit that out. Come on, bro. There you go, creeping. You want an intro or what? Yo, no. As soon as I said you want an intro, hey, that's
can you make it over that? Too tall enough?
Yeah, stretch some legs, Kev.
Whoa.
My fault.
Whoa. Crazy.
So there you go. See that?
He's a bad man talking bad man.
Yo, hey, here's our special guest.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's special.
Yeah.
He's special, all right.
Yeah, we're recording. We're not live, but we're recording.
But yeah, back to the important stuff. It's confusing to me because you guys got Plumlee, who's been playing awesome.
Right.
Nurkic is somebody who I would think y'all are planning on keeping and you want to continue improving. So I'm like, when is Nick gonna get the time? And then for me, is I think y'all need a player like Josh Okogie. But I will say that it's Ryan Dunn, right?
Ryan Dunn.
Yep. Ryan Dunn.
Don't you ever forget his name again. Don't you ever forget his name
again. He
had
a hell of a night. First double of the season, I believe.
Yep.
And so maybe what they're doing is they're going to take minutes away from others. You know, they got to, Josh's minutes are definitely gone. You give those to Ryan. So maybe this is the new lineup development that you guys are getting. It worked last night.
But that was against Washington. And even then, we almost sold the game.
I've seen that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we were up by 23 going into the fourth quarter, and we almost sold the game. Here's the biggest thing with me: Nurkic has played his last game for the Phoenix Suns. Yusuf Nurkic has played his last game for the Phoenix Suns.
That makes sense.
He doesn't fit the bill. He doesn't. He's not a great defender. He can pass the ball, right? He's a great passer. He's not a great defender. He doesn't move well. Mike Budenholzer, if you can't shoot the ball like Brook Lopez, you need to be athletic like Nick Richards. That's the Mike Budenholzer offense.
I think that's the NBA.
That's a great point. And so to that point, I think Yusuf Nurkic has played his last game as a Phoenix Sun. Miles Plumlee, like you said, he's been good. There's just some times where I'm like, okay, what are you doing? Like he just kind of stands there.
Shout out to Cuzzo. Sorry to interrupt. Shout out to Cuzzo. Y'all see him. Cuzzo hooked me up on these fine things. You know what I'm saying? I showed Maul before we started. He wasn't too interested. But you know what I'm saying? I got a fellow Pats guy with me right now, and he is interested. He is intrigued.
What size are you?
I don't think he's ever seen these before.
What size are you?
Listen, I already hooked you up with the bait. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the Pats gang. The Pats gang. Woo!
Don't nobody want that.
Profiler.
Let me see.
Nobody want that.
I want to see the shoe fits.
Nah.
Come on now.
Big Toby done came through one of these lines over here.
Hey, you know what? Bring him over here. Bring him over here.
Nah, what you mean by that? You talking about the shoes or the toes, man?
You
talking about his big toe.
Whoa.
No.
I'm just
big
asking.
toe busted. That's
Nah,
crazy.
see,
I remember y'all talking about what sizes y'all wear, and y'all got like orthopedic feet.
Nah, I just got big feet. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I wear a size 15, man.
Those is wide walkers
So,
right there.
What size are you?
Huh?
What size are you?
I think it's. Let me see what it says.
If it's in the the range,
Size MY.
MY.
Yeah,
What
my size.
What do you mean?
Oh, see, there you go. See that?
That's what it says.
See that?
Hey,
see, there you go.
Let me see.
bro.
Let me see.
You see? You need the other. You want to see this ankle?
I want to see on my feet.
No,
though, you
no, I don't think it's gonna make it.
No, I know if I had there's no socks on them, I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah, we
okay.
definitely not.
No,
trying.
I for sure.
That's a.
But I mean,
You might not be able to come in a crib. You walking in with your gristles out. That's crazy.
With the dogs out is nasty.
Woo, woo,
work.
woo, woo. Yeah.
With the dogs out is wild.
Yeah, we're not going.
But no, let me tell you, losing Josh Okogie does hurt a little bit. Like, not only like to a personnel standpoint, but like he's done a lot for us. Like he's done a lot for the Phoenix Suns. Like he's been there. He's aside from Devin Booker, he was the longest tenured Phoenix Sun. I think the longest tenured Phoenix Sun now is, funny enough, I think KD.
Besides Book,
Aside from Book,
what about Bowley?
I think we got him the season after we traded for KD.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because other than that,
Yusuf.
no, we traded.
Yusuf was around the same time as Bradley Beal, no, or after
Yeah.
Bradley Beal.
Actually, it was the same time. It was the same
Wow.
offseason.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think. Funny enough, I think the longest tenured Phoenix Sun, aside from Devin Booker, is Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
that's not a good look.
No, not at all.
Because the continuity, just the chemistry alone, and I think I spoke to this the last time, not the Wave episode, but the last episode of GSM is
Right.
Continuity means something.
It does.
When you have people who actually have good relationships off the court, it can contribute to on court success. And yeah, although I have seen Devin Booker and KD out and about, them talking about each other during interviews, which is good.
Right.
But what about the rest of the team?
Thank you. I was just about to say that too. That's it. Like you don't see that now. The rookies are kind of like Ryan Dunn, also Goddard. Like those guys are kind of involved with them, right? I don't know if you've seen like the clips in the locker room, Devin Booker messing with Ryan Dunn and things like that. But it's like Tyus Jones doesn't really look involved. Brad Beal, obviously, we know his situation. He doesn't really look
he
too
wants
involved.
out.
I think that might be the case. And
Bill?
He
Of course.
he knows he's on his way out.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, to me, it's the similar conversation
Jimmy?
about Jimmy as well. But Nurkic, more or less, is they have a structure, obviously, and a system that they want to run.
right.
It was almost obvious for me. Second week, third week in the season, I was like, oh yeah, Nurkic don't fit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was saying it to mom, like, they might as well start playing me. And so, like, I like James Jones as a player, but to me, I'm like, there's a disconnect. Because why are you bringing in so many of these players that don't fit your system that you're trying to run?
Yeah.
But I do think that if they get rid of Nurkic and Beal and they bring in a 3-and-D type of player, I doubt they'll get Mikal Bridges. I don't understand why they let that man go in the first place. The man has
you
yet
had
to
to
miss a
get
game.
KD.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the Nets weren't giving up KD without giving up
I
Mikal.
told you that we don't need KD. You should have kept all them 3-and-D players. Let Devin Booker score average 40.
But here's the thing about that. I think that team reached its peak. I don't think that team was going to go.
Yeah, I don't think that team would have developed into the team. I don't think Mikal would have developed into the star he was when he was in Brooklyn. And Cam Johnson, I mean,
I think they're the same players.
I think that I kind of disagree with. That I think Mikal would have progressed. I think he would have kept
because when he got traded to Brooklyn, he was averaging 27. He wasn't doing that.
Right. Yeah, but he's not going to do that in New York right now.
Well, he's not because he's shifted back to that second, third option.
That's who he is. That's though. Who he is. He's capable. Like there's certain players. I look at like Cam Thomas. Thomas is capable of averaging 27. He's never going to win a championship.
No.
So if you want to win a championship, you have to understand system basketball.
Yep.
That's why Mikal Bridges is a perfect Ron Artest style, Ron Ori, Trevor Ariza. He's the perfect person to put in that place because he's going to space the floor, defend the opposition's best basketball player. He's not going to miss games, and he's going to just play basketball. He's not going to be an interruption in the locker room. There's never going to be none of that. And to me, you had two players of that value. You had Cam and you had Mikal. And I respect KD. I definitely think KD is a great basketball player. But as far as you look at OKC, you look at Houston, you look at the Celtics, you look at these teams who are developing and growing within drafting, the Suns had that.
Yeah.
They gave it away for Kevin Durant. I'm not saying that it's not a good look, but if you don't win a championship, no one cares.
That's the thing. Like Devin Booker was SGA before SGA became SGA. Like that's because when we won 67 games, when we won 58 games the season prior, like that's how good that team was. The only thing is now, if you put KD on that team, now don't take everything. If you put KD, that's a championship team. That team can go out and beat any team playing right now if you add KD to team. But because you got KD, you had to give up so much for KD. You had to give up Mikal and Cam, and Jay Crowder was out the door already. But you had to give up all these guys, and because you subtracted so much. Now, KD obviously is one of the greatest players of all time, in my opinion. Like I say all the time, is the most skilled basketball player to ever touch a basketball. But you need a basketball team to go win a championship. This is not a basketball team. This is not a championship capable team as of right now. It's just not. Now you go out and get Nick Richards, who I like the addition because he's going to be strong. He's going to be physical. He has attitude. He can go catch lobs. He can block shots. He can do all these things. He can't shoot, but he can do all these other things that a big man can do. But the other guys are going to have to, like Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. Lately, they've been fantastic, but we're still losing basketball.
You know, I just want to mention. I saw a post about Lonzo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sent it to the group chat too about how Phoenix might be looking to trade for Lonzo. I think Lonzo on the Suns wouldn't be a bad option too.
But what's the difference between Lonzo and Tyus Jones? Now, Lonzo plays. Hold on. What's in terms of the play style? Because first of all, Tyus Jones is going to play. I can't count on Lonzo Ball playing 70 games.
That's why I think it's dope. If you have both, you've got a playmaker. You got one who's maybe slightly better at playmaking and shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly. That's Tyus.
Right.
Lonzo, the much better defender.
Yes.
You can't teach size.
No.
You can't. He's 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
And so when you play those other teams who have great perimeter ball handlers, you put Lonzo on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just to give the other guys a break. I think that'd be fantastic. I think that Devin Booker should not be guarding the best perimeter defenders, perimeter scorers on the other team.
That's why Ryan Dunn is in the starting lineup.
Yeah. No, I think that is the five that I suggested. You know,
right.
I suggested that they run Plumlee starting at center and Ryan Dunn at 3. I think that's more of today's traditional basketball. When I look at what is happening with the Suns, though, to me, it's what Laker fans thought was going to happen with LA. They gave up Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram,
Hart
for LeBron.
Yep.
if LeBron and AD don't win that championship,
let's just say that the fires in LA wouldn't be wild.
They would have started at the Staples Center. but to me, that's the same exact thing.
I'm praying for them.
I will say, to me, the difference in situations is that Phoenix isn't that type of town to throw an uproar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they
100%.
would be picketing outside of the Staples Center had LeBron. There were people still upset when LeBron won that championship. They're like, man, we still gave away players who had potential, future. I don't think that would have won you a championship with those 4 guys. I don't think at all. But that was the gamble.
Yep.
Now it's, the Suns. Is this gamble worth it? I think it's still. I mean, I think you have 2 years. You have this year and next year at least.
Yeah.
I think you definitely need a perimeter defender.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you need a big who can space. So, like, if you could get rid of Nurkic and find I don't even know who you get, though. I honestly don't know who you can get.
That's the thing. Like, now, because at this point in time, I don't know how you guys feel. I don't want Jimmy Butler. The Suns are they're still the most aggressive team going on.
Yeah,
I don't want Jimmy Butler.
I've been trying to say the Suns don't need Jimmy. They need more role players.
They do. So if you trade Brad Beal and Nurkic
instead of Jimmy,
if you trade Nurkic and Beal, right, and obviously both players are ridiculously hard to get off of. Bradley Beal is an aging $50 million a year player. Nurkic is, well, that's self-explanatory. But
I was surprised you guys didn't make a move for DSN. Dorian Finney-Smith, DFS.
Finney, I was surprised.
I love him too. I love Dorian Finney-Smith.
3-and-D.
He's 3-and-D.
Perfect at the 3. Or even at times on the 4.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, he can guard 1 through 4. He can guard. Actually, he might be able to guard 1 through 5. But the Lakers got him, and I think that's a great pickup because
that really is.
Because I mean, he's a better version of Jared Vanderbilt.
I was hoping Cavs would have picked him up.
Man,
I don't think he's as physical as Jared, but he's
that's a good point.
He's slightly better shooter than Vanderbilt.
I don't even know if I'd say slightly. I think he's
definitely a better shooter than Vanderbilt.
I think he's a much better shooter.
Yeah,
I think he's a much better shooter. He's more consistent.
He's not as aggressive or as smart as defensively, but they're about the same. But his offensive game is just a lot higher than Vanderbilt.
Agreed. So the Suns, I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done.
You guys need to get Cam Johnson back on the team.
Shoot, man.
Either one of them, him or Mikal. Either one. Because Mikal don't miss games, so that's why I would suggest.
Because I want the Cavs to get Cam Johnson because him at 3 would be perfect for that.
He said OKC's trying to get him.
Golden State's trying to get him too.
Yeah, but OKC just has more to give away.
Yeah. But, I mean that's the thing. Like OKC still has all their picks. In fact, they have their picks and some. And so
the Clippers picks.
Yeah, the Clippers picks. They have somebody else's picks too.
When they trade
it's not Brooklyn. Whose picks do they have? I forget.
Was it Houston's?
Oh, I think you're right. From the Westbrook trade.
I just don't know who you guys could get as far as bigs. I could really like move the needle at all.
I think Nick Richards was the only one that could because I guess he's gonna protect the rim and he's gonna start. So that's already been confirmed. He's gonna start. And
if only you guys had make a move for Cat before he blossomed in New York.
Valanciunas. And I would say that I think that's the best. I'm just going down to players who are actually available.
Yeah, and who would actually
I'm like Valanciunas might be. I would have said Vucic because he's a better shooter.
He don't play no defense,
but he don't play exactly, and that's what y'all need. Y'all because you don't have enough perimeter defense, you have to have a paint protector.
What about Mo Bamba?
Decent, but he's injury prone.
He's injury prone.
He plays defense and he can shoot a little bit as well.
He can shoot a little bit, but he's very, very slim.
He's
very slight.
I would say that the other thing that the Phoenix Suns need is somebody with a mental fortitude.
There it is. Somebody that's gonna get into the locker room.
And that's to me what Jimmy could present.
Mm-hmm.
But Jimmy's what do they call it? It's a toss-up because he could come in your locker room and fuck it up. Excuse my language, but he could come in the locker room and mess up the vibe.
I'm glad he brought that up. He actually plays for the Celtics, but imagine they make a move for Al Horford.
or the to the Suns.
To the Suns.
I can't imagine.
That'd be perfect. But Al, you're only getting a year out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like Al's done.
He's gonna be 40. What next year?
Like you said, 2 years maybe. That's all you need if you're
as
trying
like
to
a
contend.
rental almost.
Yeah, but I think Al wants. It's a good idea. Like Al wants to stay in Boston and win another championship and retire.
Yeah,
like y'all need a Bam. That's really what y'all need. Y'all need a Bam. Y'all need it. But I mean, I'm only saying Bam because it's what y'all need. But when you brought up Al, I don't think y'all can afford or get him. But even Mobley, like y'all get one of those style players, and y'all are a championship.
I agree. It's just like it's the energy in the locker room right now. Like I said, if we were able to get off Beal, get off Nurkic, and get some decent role players back, I mean that would be fantastic. But we're gonna have to give up more just to get off Beal and Nurkic. Like it's not like people are out asking, what I need Beal, I need Nurkic. What people are not asking for any of those guys. So we're gonna have to really like make the deal enticing in order for anybody to take it.
That's why I just didn't understand how it was gonna work. Bill's on ball, KD on ball, Booker on ball. Who's going to take the necessary steps backwards for this to work? Bill ain't trying to.
I mean, we saw a bit of it at KD and Golden State.
That's when you know you're getting a championship.
Yeah, you don't know.
I'm sorry, but I know damn well KD ain't walking into that Phoenix Suns arena and saying there's somebody better than me.
No.
He was doing that in Golden State. I'm sorry, but Steph, not to say Steph was better than him, but there was a little bit of a question mark. He's like, damn, this dude got more championships. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got all these.
It was Steph's team. It's Booker's team
right now. But I think even then it's like.
But because Booker hasn't won the titles yet.
Yeah, that's true. Booker hasn't won. But I think in terms of like pure confidence, like this guy is not better than me. I think Kevin Durant has always had that confidence.
Yeah.
But I think his ability to kind of put his ego to the side.
But there's also a sense of me, myself. I go to a gym and run with four of the homies.
Mm-hmm.
If I can see that this dude can carry, I'm out. I take that step back. You know what I'm saying? I need to score 11 points. Devin Booker hasn't proven it yet. He's had that one unique run.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, KD's you have to be that comfortable. You got to be that comfortable to walk in the room and go, okay, I can take my foot off the gas because someone's still going to carry.
I mean, the only time we saw was in the Olympics. I mean, he did take a pretty big step back in the Olympics.
With Devin Booker?
Yeah.
But that's because you got 12 other, all-stars with you. Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up. You know what I'm saying? That's a sidetrack, but I seen this and I said, "Ooh, this is going to be a lovely podcast." And I actually was going to save this for
He must have had the time in Boston for the holidays, huh?
Damn, I don't know if I think it's on my other phone. But so it was basically what you said. Jason Tatum sat the bench during the Olympics.
Here we go again.
For a number of these dudes, right?
There you go.
It was just interesting to me. It's just
Here we go.
There's a number of guys: Devin Booker, Anthony Davis, Bam. It was just a number of guys on that list. And then when you look at how they're playing right this very moment, it's an interesting conversation because everyone just clowned Tatum on not being able to be who they thought he was.
I know you're not talking about Devin Booker.
No, I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying
Devin Booker's
that right
35
now.
in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
But he's also
he's also had 20 games before that. So
there you go.
So I'm wondering how it was in Steve Kerr's mind to go, yo.
Hold on. You did say this very moment, though.
Yeah.
You did say this very moment.
And so he utilized Tatum's championship run and said, I'm not going to give him time based off of that. Right?
Okay.
What did he look at of all of the other players to go, oh, yeah, they need to get the minutes that JT should be getting?
But he was also playing behind KD and LeBron.
It's another
KD and LeBron. That was like.
So you mean to tell me Jason Tatum couldn't play the two?
Would he have played the two?
Why not?
Because Devin Booker. That's why.
Put Devin Booker at the one and
Steph was playing the one.
They came. I watched Steph go 1 for 5 in 3 or 4 different games. That's not great basketball.
They won. They were winning.
They didn't win all the games.
They won every single game.
Not by the margin that they should
Nah,
have.
they won every
The only
single
game that they could have lost was against Sudan, right?
against Sudan.
I shouldn't say only, because that was another game that they was looking kind of tight too. But they should not listen, regardless of winning every game. Everyone knows that they didn't play the way they should have played. And then when you're looking at it right now, and you're looking at how do you evaluate? That's what I want to know, how he evaluated that process. And I don't care who it is, LeBron, because LeBron playing better than Tatum right now.
In the Olympics, he was playing
No.
really
I'm
good,
talking about he did. I wouldn't know how.
But it's probably because Tatum saw that and used that as fuel going to the season that they're playing in right now.
I'm pretty sure he had enough fuel to win the championship and had enough fuel after the championship.
I'll tell you what, the year that Devin Booker went to the finals and then played the Olympics, he still started every game.
Exactly. So now that we're here, right? And you look at the top 5 players for MVP, every single one of them players that Tatum sat for ain't not a near one of them in the conversation. It's just interesting to me. But we could go back to what we were talking about.
See,
Actually,
no. Let's talk about those C's. So let's talk about those C's. Because you brought up at this very moment. Let's talk about
they're on the slump.
We are definitely slumping.
I'll let you take off. What's going on? What's going on with the C's, man? They lost to Toronto last night. Or not last night.
I definitely think that Toronto had a target on us because of that, the game that I was there for. They was upset with me for showing up.
52. 52.
I did what I could for that game. You know what I'm saying? I showed up. I saluted the guys. They seen me. I was waving and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Who was waving?
Huh?
Who was waving?
The Celtics, the players.
First of all, is it the fans or the players?
Both. There was some fans. They seen me pull up. They was like, "Damn, he in town from Phoenix." You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I brought this for the guys. You might need some of this too. Nah, you good? It's the good old Boston air.
No, I'm good for now. I'm good for now.
That's that toxic air.
Brought some of that. But yeah, I need to ship it back. I need to ship it back because we it's toxic. It's a little polluted back home right now. But no, I honestly think that one, there's always a target on your back when you're the champion. That's in any sport. But I do think that, as odd as it may sound, there's almost a little, what do they call it? Victory lag?
Championship slump.
Something like that.
There's a term for it.
There's a term for it. I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
It's probably horrible of us to be on the sports.
The championship hangover.
Hangover. The hangover. Yep.
Championship hangover. Yeah, we're still drunk on championship. Something, because I literally past couple games, even just watching, and to me, the leaders of the team, you watch JB, Drew, they don't seem as
locked in.
I watched a couple plays. I'm watching JB kind of just lost in the sauce as he's playing defense. He's looking like Luka out there.
He's always throwing shades at Luka.
Yeah, see there you go.
Yeah, I'm always firing shots.
Why?
Oh, it's a love-hate thing with Luka. I love his offense. I hate his defense.
Well, Luka better than any one of them players in green.
I can't tell. How many championships you got?
Huh?
How many championships you got?
How many finals? They got the same amount of finals MVPs. I'll tell you that much. Him and Jason Tatum.
Yeah, but he don't have the same amount of championships.
What about conference finals MVPs?
Andre Iguodala has a finals MVP. You know who cares about that?
How many conference finals MVPs does Jason Tatum have?
Again, we don't care about those.
No, come on,
because there are players who
I'm just asking a question.
You don't got none.
I guess. How many All-Stars they got?
Probably about the same.
You know who got more playoff points? You know who got more playoff points? Yeah. We don't want to go. We know who has more everything.
LeBron?
No. Out of the two players that you just mentioned, you know who has more everything? Rebounds, points, assists, everything.
He still ain't got no finals
Jason
MVP?
Tatum. No, but he has one of these.
Okay.
Because you know who else? You know who has a 70-pointer?
Who? Devin Booker.
Yeah, but you know what he don't have?
Wait, where he got? What he don't have? Hey, where he has 70 at?
Against Boston.
And you know what else he left with?
Oh yeah, where?
You know what he left with? You know what he left? What's the point of scoring 70 and losing? And then like, what?
Who? Name me 3 other players on that Suns team.
Devin Booker.
No, other players.
Devin Booker.
No, 3 other players. No, 3 other players.
Was that
Devin Booker? We're not talking about the other players.
No. Come on.
Because listen. People rag about my man JT for not winning Finals MVP or Conference Finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the main guy on that Celtics team before he got there?
Before who got there?
Jason Tatum.
IT.
Yep.
IT, yeah.
And then who else? Name me the three top guys on
Kyrie.
the Celtics.
Oh no, Kyrie got there the same year.
Mm-hmm. So it was IT, JB,
Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. You know who has more Celtics points, rebounds, assists than every other one of those players? Jason Tatum.
So how long
We
did
don't
Kyrie play
care
there?
about them little.
Kyrie didn't play there in but 2 years.
Kyrie,
And he got hurt too.
You know what's
And he got
crazy?
hurt one
You
of
know
those
who has
years.
more points, assists, and all of them things than every other player in the NBA since he's came to the NBA?
See, there you go.
Yeah, I'm
So
just
there you
speaking
go.
facts. So I don't understand. I don't like to nitpick and rag on my guy or try to take anything away from what Jaylen Brown has produced. I love and appreciate both of those. I think that's what makes the Celtics. But Jason Tatum has been holding it down. He's the head of the snake. He's obviously the face of the team. He's the go-to. So, you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is that JT's always had a good team around him, though.
That's fortunate. But there have been people who have been in similar situations that walked away. Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady were on the same team at one time.
Who was around them?
Shoot. I think they had Antonio Davis. Who was the point guard at that time? Shoot.
But I mean, like, it's not like they had a great team around them.
They had a decent team. Vince Carter went to the playoffs with that team after Tracy McGrady left.
But yeah, Russell Westbrook went to the playoffs after KD left. Doesn't mean they had a good team.
They did have a decent
They didn't
team.
have a date. No, they didn't. Tony.
So when he had Depot and Steven Adams and
that's not a great team.
Depot wasn't good until he went to Indy. Indy was when he blossomed into a star.
What?
Oh, Depot?
He was just hurt in OKC.
No,
he was balling.
He was at his best in Indy.
Yeah, he was at his best. I'm not saying it.
But that team wasn't great. Like that. Like, okay,
the Celtics were not great before. Isaiah Thomas had a crazy run. Gordon Hayward was hurt. Kyrie was hurt. The Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum had to hold it down. We had Rozier.
Who was hooping.
I was about to say, bro,
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
Which is interesting because he's not doing the same thing in Miami. And that's why I said it's all situational.
Because he's been hurt.
Everyone else, like, people have to allow you to make things work.
Right.
And if you go to a team and people try to put you to the back burner or you going from 14 shots to 7, that's going to mess with you mentally in your game.
Ready? What happened against Steph?
What, with the Celtics?
In 2020? Yeah.
We weren't ready.
Huh?
We weren't ready.
That is none of my business. Because you look ready in 2018 when you win against LeBron.
Steph Curry, you know what the best thing with experience is? Is getting it. You had to. It was our first trip to the finals. First.
So,
and then when you look at Steph's team in comparison to the Celtics.
So, Tony, how did he play better in 2018 in the conference finals against LeBron James than he did in 2022 against the Warriors?
Something about Jason Tatum?
Jason Tatum.
Matchups.
His matchup was LeBron James.
And against Golden State. Guarding Jason Tatum.
Who was he guarding there, Tony?
LeBron. Are you serious? LeBron James never guards the best player on the opposition.
Who was he guarding?
LeBron James?
Yes.
He probably was guarding our 4.
Which was?
Al Horford. LeBron never guards the best player on the opposite team.
So when I was watching the 2018 finals, he wasn't guarding KD.
He only guarded him in the fourth quarter.
The whole game.
No, he did not. What do y'all be watching?
I'm watching the game.
We gonna Google this after. No, y'all gotta work.
No, for sure. But okay,
LeBron does not guard the best players in opposition.
Who's playing
the fourth quarter
in 2018? Who's playing 5 for the Celtics? No,
Robert Williams.
Huh?
Robert Williams?
No, because this is actually the lineup. This in 2018. This was the lineup. It was.
He didn't get drafted until 2019, 2020.
Who?
Robert Williams.
I think you actually might be right about that. But their lineup in 2018, it was Terry Rozier, it was JB, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Morris, and Al Horford. I know for damn sure LeBron wouldn't guard no damn Marcus Morris.
You know how many times that they've guarded one another in so many historic playoff runs? The Morris brothers are like that's like the person that the people that you sick on LeBron.
When else did they play against each other in the playoffs?
Marcus Morris done played for I don't know. I mean, definitely played for the Celtics. I believe we met them more than one time in the playoffs. So that'd be the obvious one is them playing us.
But when did they play? They didn't play each other in 2017, the Cavs and the Celtics.
Oh, they did.
Did they?
It was I think it was 17 and 18 actually.
Yeah.
When did they play them in 17? Because they played in 17. They
It's just
played Toronto.
we beat them one time, and they beat us.
No, they beat the Cavs beat both seasons actually.
Yeah.
Well, 2018 was for the ECF. I'm pretty sure the other one's the second round or
That's what I'm
or the ECF again. No,
in 2017. Who did they play in the conference finals? They played Toronto in the conference finals.
yeah, it was Toronto.
They played Toronto right in 2017.
Yeah,
And then
2018 was Celtics.
yeah, because 2018 they played Toronto in the second round. That's when LeBron had that floater off the glass in like game
Swept
2
them.
or something.
LeBron. It was
Or
the creation of LeBronto.
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's I'm just confused because like how Jason Tatum played better in that series when that was his first playoff appearance, right? He played better in that series than he did in 22 in the NBA Finals against somebody who was much less in terms of his defender.
The team also you have to guard, and so I'm pretty sure Jason Tatum wasn't guarding LeBron.
Why not?
That's not what
Who else was guarding him?
does. It would have been Jaylen Brown if it had to be somebody. Jaylen Brown is a better defender than Jason Tatum. If you don't understand that,
I agree.
So why would Tatum guard him if Jaylen Brown is available?
Like you said, you can't teach
He's
size.
an inch shorter and 15 pounds stronger.
I don't know. Listen, because when I saw that, who the famous clip of 2018, Jason Tatum dunked on who?
LeBron.
So LeBron must have been defending him at some point.
No, he went by someone and LeBron was waiting for him and he tried to jump with him.
But again, how did Jason Tatum play better in that? He was fantastic in that series. How did he play better in that series than he did in 22 in the NBA Finals against a lesser defender?
And no lie though, that young Tatum had
he had a bag. And I also
think he did. He still has one of the deepest bags in the league.
Aspect, like his job then. So let's you're on one team, you get traded to another team. Your role may change. The dynamic of what we're asking you to do every day may change. Or let's say we're on a team and then we pick up 3 new players. This is about to happen with the Suns.
Right.
The Suns dynamic is going to change because they got different players.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum was before bucket. We don't even want you to pass the ball. Shoot the ball 20 times. Because that was the dynamic. We don't want Marcus Smart shooting the ball 10 times. That just wasn't our team dynamic. Mm-hmm. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Porzingis, Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Jordan Walsh, all of these dudes are getting shots. Right. That's why this is the best version of Tatum because he's actually making himself more valuable.
Well, first of all, he wasn't very good last night. He wasn't very good last night.
He wasn't.
And if I'm being completely honest,
neither one of them were.
Oh yeah, no, JB was terrible last night. But if I'm being honest, the most, and I hate to say it because you're right about this one. The most consistent player, really all season long, aside from Jason Tatum, because he's been pretty consistent, he's been pretty good all year. Aside from Jason Tatum, has been Peyton Pritchard. Mm-hmm. He's been the most consistent Celtics player. Mm-hmm. And he's fantastic. Like if the season ended today, he'd be my pick for 6th man of the year.
You see the Celtics closing lineup guy because they take out Drew Holiday or
no? Drew just been hurt, and him and Derek have been playing a little inconsistent, but Drew's been playing a little more inconsistent for a longer period of time. It was probably like the first month of basketball when I was like, something ain't right with Drew.
He's getting older, man. Drew's what, 34 now, 35?
That's what I contributed to is age, but I also, again, I think this is what you wanted me to speak on when you brought this up, is that I think that some of the team members have that lag. We won that championship.
The hangover.
There's nothing enthusiastic about this regular season to make them, feel like they got to win this game.
Because it wasn't like, what were you guys, 66 and 16 last year, or what was it?
Yeah,
was
something
it 66,
like that.
16?
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, when you look at I've seen LeBron do it. I've seen players do it.
Like a year-to-year basis, or
once they win that championship, if the next season and you're like, yo, what am I like LeBron? We already know that there's certain hollow stats that he can fill in throughout the regular season. But it's like, where's the value for the regular season for him? There's no value.
I'll tell you what, the
He could-
player who I haven't seen do it was Jokic.
You mean
Jokic.
take the regular season off?
Huh? Yeah, like have that championship hangover. Now, as much as people say, "Oh, he doesn't really," he just wants to go back to Serbia and race his horses. He won the championship, came back the next year, and now he maybe. Oh no, he won MVP.
I just don't think Jokic is one of those. It's perfect timing for him.
Right.
Like, but for me, he doesn't exert an extra amount of energy or doing something more than he has. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think. Like Anthony Davis, when he came in the league, if Anthony Davis was as good as he is now, and then watching him grow, or Giannis was pretty good, but he did things to become great.
Right. Yeah.
Jokic damn near came in the league great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see him add anything to his skill set. He lost a little bit of weight to make himself quicker and probably have more stamina. But it's just Jokic. Jokic is just that good.
He's fantastic.
Well, I mean, going to the league, he wasn't as good because I mean he was a pretty late second rounder.
Yeah, he was like what 40.
I thought it was like 50.
Or was it 50? It might have been like 55.
50 something.
It's opportunity.
Yeah,
you have to have the opportunity.
And funny enough, the Nuggets guy before Nikola
No.
Jokic,
Nurkic.
It was.
He's
I was about
Nurkic.
to say it's Nurkic.
and like that's like you said, it's opportunity. They was like Jokic, this guy has something special. Got rid of Nurkic, sent him to Portland, and he was okay in Portland, and now he's in Phoenix, and now they're trying to get rid of him. So again, it's opportunity, and Jokic saw the opportunity, jumped on it, and obviously he's been one of the best players that's ever touched basketball since then.
I definitely think system plays a role as well. You know, you surround him with people who have to slash like Westbrook.
Yeah,
it's going to become difficult for him to be as open and one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that they've been figuring it out. Nurkic,
Westbrook, I'll tell you,
Jokic,
he might be one of the best acquisitions, offseason acquisitions, in the
Westbrook is
NBA.
just-
I still think the Nuggets are still. They still need to make another move though,
I disagree,
because I think MPJ is probably slowing them down.
but he's such a big time shot maker though. He's
But
such a.
he
big
can also
time,
shoot them out of games too.
which is a good point.
I think
at that
they
point,
need,
I
I
can
need
argue.
I think they need something on defense.
Because I mean, they have
Not
defenders.
that
They have
bad.
Aaron Gordon's a very good defender.
He's always hurt.
And
He's been hurt all
older,
year,
and he's older.
But
and he's older.
They needed when they lost KCP. That's a big loss for them.
That was huge.
That was him and Bruce
Huge.
Bowen.
I mean,
Yep.
Christian Brown's a pretty good defender.
Yeah,
But he's not
he's
KCP
not-
like
He's the same.
Yeah, he's not KCP. He's not.
And you gotta be
Bruce
able
Brown.
to shoot the ball. You gotta be able to knock down.
because with MPJ is like when he's hot, like that's amazing for Denver. But when he's ice cold and he's just checking up shots,
He's just on
like
the
the one
court.
game against Golden State when he was just like doing whatever.
Yeah.
you're gonna lose games because of that.
because he doesn't play defense. He plays zero defense. Like you think Luka's bad?
I used to like MPJ too.
And Luka actually passes the ball too.
Yeah,
Oh, now Luka makes his teammates better.
MPJ just looking for his own shot.
absolutely. All right, real quick for a few minutes. We have our guests here. Those Cavs played the Thunder. They got him the first time. Right? Close
Came on a
game.
perfect day.
They got him the first time. Last night.
I got the hat right there if you want to put it on.
There you go.
I just got a haircut. I still have hair on me. So
It's all right. I don't wear it often
what do you have all these hats, but you don't wear them?
because I used to be.
Don't tell me you used to work at like a sports shop or
No, I used to be on my Loso, my fabulous mode. So jerseys and hats and the matching.
like collect them.
I did. I did work at like a one of those type of shops though, pop-up shop back home in Boston.
Like like a Just Sports or
Yeah, but a much smaller one. It was like a mom and pop, like my homie.
Oh, like a local type.
Yeah, my homie. You know, it's probably about double the size of this room. We sold T-shirts, CDs, hats, jerseys, and all.
probably
that
on
stuff.
like the cheaper than retail pricing or
Yeah, I mean, I was in house, so it'd be like wherever you work and they bring it in, you're not gonna buy it for whatever everyone else is getting it for. But I will say the funny thing is most of that stuff was gone because it was Stalin Dean and Mitchell and Ness, like the throwback stuff. A lot of the stuff that I have here is more up to date. But I like teams. But now I'm trying to go away from having all of the teams and hone in on
just your teams that you go for.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's not avoid that. I do definitely, I do definitely want to get
Hear
your
from you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 20. Donovan Mitchell was some hot butt last night.
How you like Shea?
Yeah, she's pretty good, man. He's pretty good basketball player.
He's like a top 3 player. I'm not gonna diss on Shea. Probably could be the best point guard right now with Luka not playing. So.
Oh man, who's been saying that all year?
No. Luka's out. Let's
I don't care if Luka playing.
Nah, Luka's out.
Luka don't play no defense.
Luka's out.
Who has a better team? Let me ask you that.
Okay, see.
On paper, if you just looked at those teams, who would you say? Who has the top 2?
Oklahoma City.
Last year in the playoffs, right? Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're good.
Last year in the playoffs, it was even in the finals. They said that Dallas had the best 2 players in the series. So I know they said the same thing for the Oklahoma series.
Who's the best player in the series last year?
Who was?
Yeah.
Luka.
Okay.
But I said who were the best 2 players in the series?
Hold on. So you talking about right now?
I'm talking about
who has a better team right now?
Who's a better team right
now?
Who's better team right now? Okay, so the best team in the NBA. Yeah. But I'm talking, if you look on paper, there's a difference. If you and I are drafting, right? And I draft the kid Isaiah Joe.
Right.
And you draft Darius Garland. Who's better?
Darius Garland.
Why is that comparison though?
But I'm just saying, on paper, if I go down the team, the players that are on your team, you might go, oh shoot.
I thought you'd been like Isaiah Joe and like Jordan Walsh. I thought you'd have been like something like that, but
but to your point, right, Tony? On paper, aside from Kyrie Irving, what player on the Dallas Mavericks are you taking over the entire roster in Oklahoma City?
The entire roster?
Not the entire roster, but their role players, their main 8, main 8, 9,
7 to 8.
And you talking about off of his team?
No, off the Thunder.
Off of the Thunder. But that's what I'm saying. You're saying like
even
off
on
of
paper.
His team in comparison to the Thunder.
No. I'm talking about in terms of
the Mavericks.
The Mavericks and the Thunder.
Okay. Mavericks.
On the Mavericks, aside from Kyrie Irving,
PJ.
what?
Not the entire. I didn't entire. That's why I said I'm not the entire team, but PJ
over who?
Anybody but J-Dub, Chet, SGA.
I'm not taking Caruso over PJ.
Case and Wallace is.
That's what I said.
I'm not taking PJ over.
Those might be the only 3 players.
Wow.
Really?
Over PJ Washington?
Yes.
So Lou Dort is not.
Lou Dort, the player that I thought of, but Lou Dort's not.
Caruso?
Yeah, definitely taking him over Caruso. What is Caruso averaging right now?
He doesn't have to average points to be effective.
He doesn't, but he's.
That's what PJ is too. No.
Yeah, that's
PJ's doing defense and catching lobs for Dallas.
And he's still averaging more points than Caruso
because Luka is out. Someone has to score. Kyrie's also hurt too.
Yeah, but PJ was already doing what he's doing.
PJ was averaging 10 points with Luka and Kyrie.
And I still,
he was 10, 11 points.
I don't even think he should have been averaging 10.
He was averaging more in Charlotte. What you mean?
Yeah, they didn't have nobody over there.
Okay, there you go. What you?
I like Caruso. I'm not like I don't like Caruso, but you asking me like that's to me. PJ Washington is a player who can average 20 and 10.
As much as I love PJ Washington, he's a Kentucky guy. I love PJ Washington.
If he develops, just a mediocre 3-point shot. He plays great defense.
I think he has a mediocre 3-point shot.
Nah, he don't got the.
He's shooting 35% from 3, 36% from 3.
That's better than I thought he was.
That's what I'm saying. I think he has a mediocre shot.
Then I definitely think he's I'm picking him over Alex Caruso.
It's not crazy. It's not. So I'm not. But like I don't know. Like in terms of that,
wasn't Caruso? Was he first team all defense last season?
Last season
was he? Did he make?
He was in contention for Depot.
I know. He's
definitely. He's a fantastic defender.
Yeah.
But what was your reaction to the game last night, Kev? To those Cavs?
I didn't get to watch it as much because I was actually working. I would just check on the score here and there. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, man. Donovan Mitchell was not good last night.
He was put in the Dort chamber.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think the certified best team in the league right now is Oklahoma City.
Only reason, honestly, I don't think this would even be a conversation had they won the first game. And the only reason why I think they lost the first game is because SGA had a bad game.
No,
Like,
SGA
he
still
was
played
just
good though.
The first time y'all played,
He had like what 30?
yes, but he shot
Yeah,
horribly.
he's on like 27 shots.
Horribly, and he wasn't the only person that shot that bad. But I'm talking about he played in comparison to how he played last night. He played horrible.
I do have to give that first game. I do have to give some credit to Cleveland's defense.
Not even just defense, but the 3-point shooting as well.
The 3-point shooting. But okay, so you can't tell you're gonna tell me that Cleveland's defense had nothing to do with SGA's bad night.
I'm not saying nothing.
I mean, they're 7th in defensive rating in the first place.
They're fantastic.
SGA shot a lot of bad three. He was wide open on a lot of shots. He just was missing.
But that's what happens when you can't get to your spots. Then you start shooting threes.
It looked like, to me, it looked like SGA was getting to a spot. He just had a bad game. And that's why I said, to me, I don't think we're having this conversation if SGA was making a shot.
If he had a decent,
he had a decent game, and they would have lost both. And I don't think that takes anything away from Cleveland either. OKC's just the best team in the league. Cleveland's the number 2 team in the league. I personally,
you really have your team behind us?
Yeah.
At this moment, yeah.
At
this moment in time.
Okay, then let me ask you this: with how the Knicks are playing, do you have the Knicks above y'all, or you guys have the?
No, I still think they got some things that they need to figure out too. Because for me, Jalen Brunson hasn't been playing consistent. He's had some nights,
but Cat's playing
been
amazing.
the most consistent player.
But he just got hurt.
Mikhail's playing a bit consistent.
No, Mikhail's been good since Christmas. He's been really good.
I was say after that, after he went 0 for 12 or something.
Was it 0 for 10? 0 for 10 or something like that?
Yeah, it was wild. It was some crazy. But no, since Christmas, since he had that 40-point night against Wemby, he's been great.
Consistency.
You know who I think has been very consistent though is OG. OG's been consistent for New York.
Man, he's been healthy. I think he's like 30 minutes played in the league.
For me, it's
their whole starting 5 is like averaging like top 10 minutes in the league.
Wow. That's Tom Thibodeau.
They got like 6 or 7 of the top 10.
Tom Thibodeau.
But for me, it's Mobley for y'all. Like Mobley,
he took a big step forward. Yeah,
he's been sorry, because I don't want to rag on your man, but that's what I was looking for Booker, for that to be the change, and for them to, like everyone else, to follow that lead. If KD can follow Devin Booker, it's a completely different team. But Mobley, seeing that, he seems like he's the best player on the team. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he is at moments, but it seems like he's the best player on the team. And when you have that, then you have actual bucket getters who can, you know what I'm saying, from time to time just go on 20-point spurts here and there, and then you have another paint protector like Jared Allen. And then you got a couple guys off the bench who can do numbers.
I just want to say though, Kenny Atkinson is doing a phenomenal job going to Cleveland and taking over. Because what JB did like the last couple of seasons that he was the head coach, look, he took that rebuilding team to a playoff team. I mean, I'm not.
He did the Mark Jackson thing.
He's doing the Mark Jackson and then Steve Kerr right now. He's doing the same.
Yeah,
thing
and Detroit's like what
JB
the sixth seed or.
Yep.
So I mean, he's not a bad coach. He's just not the coach that you want to contend.
He'd probably be a great assistant coach.
JB, to a championship team. Yeah.
And what Kenny has done is, with the rotations, is he has Garland and Allen on the court together. He takes Mobley and Mitchell off, and then when those two guys come off, Mobley and Mitchell come back on the court. So he's having a 2-and-2 punch, and I think it works pretty well. But I just feel like we just need to bring in like another piece, like a Cam Johnson.
Yeah, because I like Sam Merrill. I like a couple pieces you guys got.
Yeah,
Max Strus, and
Max Strus.
I just think Niang is just dog shit though.
Yeah, you don't like Niang?
Niang, like
he picks and chooses his game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's how like he can literally take you out of a game because of his attitude. Like
we saw it last night. Last night he looked horrible. Last night,
you don't get a certain foul. He's just lollygagging and throwing his arms
and he doesn't play any defense too.
He picks and chooses because I feel like he's one of those type of Kyle Lowry like defenders to where he knows how to get the opponent in a compromising move or something like that. Position to draw those fouls. But then if he doesn't get the call, now it can be detrimental to the team.
It's because with him is he's slow. So that's like the problem with him on defense.
It reminds me of Anderson.
I thought he was about to say
Henry, slow mo.
I thought he was about to say Luka. I was like, bro, you keep throwing.
I actually like Luka. Like I know people hear me, especially on the pod. I rag on Luka. I actually like Luka game. It's just growing up, growing up a little old school, you definitely like to see a little
More
people get a
defense.
little
Yeah,
more
So that's why you like Mobley a lot.
Yeah, I would trade Porzingis for Mobley in a heartbeat.
Man, Evan Mobley is fantastic.
What's up with his brother?
Isaiah Mobley?
Yeah,
I think he's on the G League.
I think he's playing the G League.
But I mean, Mobley went
yeah,
from
Mobley,
averaging like 13, 14 to
20,
almost 20 and 10 rebounds. I mean,
It's impressive.
and
man.
his three ball is good,
And
looking consistent too.
To me, he does it without even trying. Like
Yeah.
it's within the system. I would your coach. I would definitely attribute it to him. But certain players, it looks like they're trying hard for that 20.
Because
It
Mobley
just
Mobley hasn't even tapped to his
happens.
full
Yeah,
potential
Yeah,
yet.
it just happens, and that Mobley has 20 and 10.
All right, real quick, we got about 10 minutes left in the show. Let's get to some football. Let's react to some of the football that happened last week, and then we'll make our picks. Because Tone,
That's crazy.
I'm a game up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that was you got lucky.
Hold on, who got lucky?
You did, man.
Who
First
did?
of all, I don't know if you watched the show, but every time I picked something, he picked the same team after me, right? And then so
Bro.
the time that he picked first, I just wanted to go against the grain so I could try to win, and I shouldn't have did that.
And if Vikings and Rams, ask him who picked first.
You picked first?
I forget.
That was but he already knew who was who was picking them. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone knew who was gonna win that game. Come on.
I mean,
man.
no, Minnesota actually they had the second best record in the NFC.
I
No,
don't know. Sometimes we don't care about records.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't care about no records.
I'm just asking who picked first in that game. Who picked first?
All right, we got new picks coming up. Let's go.
Right.
Let's get it.
No,
let's,
so
let's get it.
So
smacked.
I forgot though.
the
forget
first
to do the
game
record.
of the weekend is going to be the KC and Houston game, right?
Yep. So obviously last week, bunch of we don't really have to react too much from last week. You know, Baltimore did what they were supposed to do against Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, I already knew going to playoffs. That was a team that no one really was scared of because they started off strong, but it's like every Mike Tomlin season where you start out strong and then around playoff time, like you kind of just like wither.
I think offensively is where they struggle the most.
Because defensively, they had that defense.
Yeah.
But offensively, I don't think Russell is the answer
he's
for
not.
him.
And it sounds like he's planning on re-signing, which I don't know why, but
The only game that I guess I would want to pay any attention is the Commanders Bucks game.
Whoa, Bills and Ravens?
no.
No, I'm talking about from last.
Oh,
week.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the big.
Yeah.
game.
Oh, okay. I was
yeah,
about to say,
we'll
I
say
was
that.
like,
We'll say that one for last.
Now, Commanders Bucks. I definitely like that kid Daniels, man.
Jay Daniels is nice.
I like him.
Jay
I
Daniels
definitely
is
think
nice.
he's a future MVP.
that doink for the win. I mean,
Yeah, that
Man.
was crazy, right?
And guess who? It was crazy. I was at work. I was watching the game.
it was Zane Gonzalez.
Zane Gonzalez. So for Arizona Sport, this is that last play defined everything for Arizona.
He's
Sport.
always shanking kicks.
No, not even that. So Zane Gonzalez went to ASU. He was fantastic at ASU. Came to the league. He was terrible at Cleveland. He came. Then we had him at Arizona for a little bit. He was okay. He makes the game-winning field goal. Right. Jane Daniels went to ASU. He went to ASU. Transferred to LSU. Took off.
So we should just take
Cliff Kingsbury.
Commanders and bring him to Phoenix and then ship the car.
Might as well. I mean, because Cliff Kingsbury, the
Arizona.
offensive coordinator.
Is he coach?
Let me ask you, if you could right now, would you make that trade?
No.
You would?
For Jane Daniels? Hold on. Jane Daniels for Kyler Murray? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you're talking about Cliff Kingsbury. Oh,
No.
Jane Daniels for Kyler Murray straight up?
But
Shit.
Washington wouldn't even do that though. Washington would not even do that.
No,
for
no.
This is all for purposes of
That-
ball tearing down his man.
What? That's crazy. My uncle, real quick, my uncle he hit me up the other day. So apparently he saw Kyler. Like he was in, I think he was in some like, I don't know. It looked like he was like in the T-Mobile or something. And he saw Kyler and he's like, oh, let me take a picture. You know, my uncle's just, African dude. He comes up, he sees Kyler. He's a big Packers fan. And he sends me a picture and Kyler looks pretty happy. Like he's smiling and everything. He looks pretty happy. And I was like, okay, well. And so I told my uncle, I was like, he looks pretty happy. My uncle's like, he's like, oh yeah, you made a joke. He's like, oh, everybody's usually happy to see me apart from you. I was like, and I was like, oh, well, that was probably before you told him you were a Packers fan. He was like, yeah, that's before I told him I was a Packers fan and how I don't want him in Arizona. I wanted somebody else. But
That's hilarious.
but no, Jane Daniels is fantastic. The Bucks, that's a good football team over there, man. I love what Todd Bowles has done. Baker Mayfield has just gotten the opportunity and ran with it. But that was a great game. So, but let's go ahead and start picking these games. All right, we'll start with we'll start with Detroit.
I was about to say you want to do like the games where like the time because the Houston Chiefs game is the first one.
No, we'll do that.
No, first
we'll
game. Oh yeah, you're right. It's Saturday.
And the next one after that is the Lions and Commanders.
Let's go in terms of anticipation and value and anticipation. So Detroit and Commanders.
Look, I'll go first. The only way Detroit loses is if Goff just has a bad game.
Yeah.
Because if everything goes well, you hand the ball off to Gibbs a lot, and I heard Montgomery might be back too.
Oh, he will be back.
So
he will be back.
So that 1-2 punch takes a lot of pressure off of Goff, where Goff could throw for like maybe 15 attempts the whole game, and they would still win. And that's just how the team is orchestrated around Goff, and that team is like the Niners with Purdy when they were going to the Super Bowl and stuff. You have a bunch of these playmakers. You have a bunch of these stars that you can build around a quarterback where he doesn't have to do much, and that's what the Lions are. So the only reason why they would lose is if Goff has a bad game and Daniels just has a phenomenal game. But I think I got the Lions.
Tom?
Yeah, I got the Lions too, man. They've been balling all season. Baby Pats, that defense is looking tough.
And that defense is banged up too. They got 15 injured players?
Yeah, something like that. It's insane.
They're missing their best defensive player as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Detroit. I'm gonna take Detroit with y'all. Detroit, I think they're in Detroit, first of all, which is already an advantage. That place is wild.
But if you're the Commanders, though, you should not be disappointed of how the season looked.
No, not at all.
You went from a bottom of the league team last season to a playoff team that you won your first game with your rookie quarterback too. So that's pretty impressive if you're a Washington fan.
Yeah, this experience will definitely be valuable for them in the future.
For sure. Rams at Philly.
You want to go, Tones?
Man, this is a tough one, but I'm definitely going Philly. I like Jalen. I like what they've been doing. It's tough though. Where they're at Philly?
It's in Philly.
Oh yeah. That's gonna play a role too. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Philly. It's gonna be a little chilly.
I actually saw every place is gonna be cold except for that Lions game.
Yeah, but
Buffalo's
gonna
it's indoor.
Freezing. Buffalo's gonna be freezing.
Because all three of the other games, it's gonna be around freezing temperature.
They said 13 degrees Fahrenheit in Buffalo.
KC is gonna be like 24 degrees.
Yeah, oh
and then the Philly game's gonna be like around 30 degrees.
Nasty.
That's playoff football though. I like that.
Kev, who you got? Philly and
Philly, in my opinion, is the team behind Detroit in the NFC. Their defense is taking a bigger step than what we saw from last season, and around midway through the season, that Philly defense looked like the best defense in the league. Their secondary is still iffy to me, but their front seven is phenomenal. You have Jordan Davis, you have Jalen Carter. Just those two guys.
Fantastic this
just
year,
those two guys themselves is already a scary duo on the defensive line. Zach Bond,
he's great.
He's phenomenal.
He's
as a
like
Mike.
30. He's like third in the league in tackles,
and he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's great.
So
he's amazing.
So that front seven is in my opinion, if top three, if not the best front seven this season. So that defense is phenomenal. The offense they struggled a bit last week against Green Bay, and I'm not even gonna lie. Hurts didn't play his best game. Saquon played pretty good. But no, I got Philly. I just think that team is just too well balanced, too like all around just a good football team. And I think they're just the second best team behind Detroit in the NFC.
Yeah, I think, and I said it last week, I think the Rams, if they are playing anywhere other than State Farm Stadium, I think they lose that game last week. I think Minnesota, now, if the pass rush plays the way that they did, I don't know if anybody's beating the Rams, but I'm going to take Philly. It's in Philly.
Because Philly also has a very good O-line as well.
Yeah, they have a very good offensive line. So, and that defense, I think they're going to be able to get to Stafford. Because the thing with the Rams is they have a very, very quick offense. It's
snap the ball and then you get 2 seconds.
Get it out. get it out. Is whether it's Puka on a screen or a bubble or Cooper Kupp on a slant. Like it's very quick. But I don't think that's going to be enough. I think Philly's going to take it. Like you said, that defense is playing at a very high level right now. That secondary with the rookies and Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. I really like Rob Blankenship. I think he's a fantastic
Mitchell's
player.
a good corner, though. He could make an argument for top 10 next season, not maybe top 5.
I agree. But I'm going to take Philly. I'm going to take Philly in Philly. All right. Kansas City, Houston. In Kansas City.
I'll go first for this one.
Do it.
The whole
Go ahead. Take
Look,
him. Go ahead, take him.
The whole entire nation, besides KC fans, including myself, are going for Houston.
I couldn't tell.
And my bad. Besides Jamal as well, because Jamal apparently is also a KC fan along with the Cardinals.
Patrick Mahomes
fan. But Houston, the only way they can win this is if they can stop Mahomes, and it's going to be hard to stop Mahomes in the playoffs. Will Anderson just has to get there, because if he can disrupt the game, then that could be a difference maker for them. Daniel Hunter as well on the opposite side as well. He's also another good pass rusher as well. And if they can get pressure on Mahomes, it can make it a little tricky for him. Because Mahomes hasn't had the best season this year. KC's defense hasn't looked as elite as it was last season when they won the Super Bowls, but they're still a good defense. But the thing is with Houston is CJ Stroud had a very big slump on his sophomore season. He played pretty good last week. But not having Tank Dell is going to be a big hole to fill. Nico and Stephon Diggs, they're good receivers. But I think just Tank Dell's quickness and the ability to get open around the field.
Well, Steph's out too. He's towards ACL.
Oh yeah, so it's just Nico Collins and Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz. I mean, because we might see a big game from Joe Mixon, depending on if he can get any openings for running the ball. But
because that's how I think you beat the Chiefs is you keep Mahomes off the field.
You keep Mahomes off the field by running the ball, but also when he's on the field, you get some pressure on him as well.
I think, but even then, like you're gonna have to get to him with 4, because if you blitz him, he will destroy.
The one thing I do like about that Texans defense though is they got 2 good corners.
They do. Stingley is good. Stingley is really good. Travis Kelce, I think Dan Orlovsky said it this week on First Take. I think I kind of agree with him. I think he has one more great run in him. And I think if they win the Super Bowl, honestly, this year, I think Travis is done. I think Travis is done. But so you're taking?
I'm going for Houston, but I think KC wins.
I have my tone. I already know. You gonna say the right answer. So I'm not even.
So I do think that in order for the Texans to win, it's gonna be all offense for them. Yeah. I think that they just got to put up 32 plus points.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not confident in that they're gonna do it, but I don't think that it really,
because that stadium's gonna be rocking in Arrowhead.
Yeah, it is.
I think Patty's gonna find a way to be Patty, and you just gotta put up more numbers than Patty. You know, like he's gonna do Patty type things.
But you are right though. They haven't scored, was it over 30 points this season or something like that?
Who?
The Chiefs?
The Chiefs.
No, I think they have like 2 games.
2, yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, over 30.
But sorry to kerfluffle the conversation, but what's up with Stephon Diggs?
He's out. He's towards ACL.
No. Not football. I know y'all heard about the other stuff.
No, what happened?
The Cardi B thing?
Nah, 10 times worse. There's a rumor that he had somebody go beat up somebody because there was like a group chat to where, or like something happened to where he was hitting on niggas.
What? I did not know that.
He sent his people to go beat somebody up, and now that dude is trying to take him to court and reached out to Drake because Drake has some type of information about the situation to help dude win the case. And so all of this has all been, dude released the messages and the conversation. And so, yeah, like Stephon Diggs is out here hitting on niggas.
I did not know that.
I said, damn, you doing numbers. You all here not, because they got like, there's like a short list of women that he done knocked down in the past year or 2.
Right.
I say, and you doing homies, crazy work.
Steph need to get back on the field because whatever he doing, he tore his ACL, ain't touched the field in a minute. Now he out here doing crazy stuff.
He doing the Deshaun Watson things.
Man, Deshaun Diddy things.
Deshaun Watson's involved in that too?
No, but Deshaun Watson.
But off the field scandals.
Yeah, the massage stuff.
Nah, that's the type of scandal.
Yeah. I told who you got.
I got the Chiefs. I do.
I just wanted you to say. I know you.
Yeah, I don't think Patty gonna lose until he meet my guy. He's going to Lamar.
Oh, well, we gonna get in that game too then. You know what I'm saying. But listen, the only way that the Texans beat the Chiefs is if they keep the ball away from Mahomes. Because Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs and the way he's looked in the past few games offensively, they've been fantastic. And if they carry that into the playoffs, like they usually have the past 2 years, they're going to go win another Super Bowl. But again, the only way to beat them, I think, is keep the ball away from them. All right, the game of the week. The last game.
We've already been to three games. Damn, that was quick.
The last game on the schedule. Buffalo, Baltimore, in Buffalo. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Tones.
I got Lamar, man. Lamar. This is usually when I'm kind of like the toughest judge on his game. I guess the regular season, I feel like he's Lamar. You know, it's almost like Peyton Manning-esque. Like he's going to be great during the regular season. It's in the playoffs when I'm gonna judge him a little more critical. First week was pretty good. Last year he played really well last week. I love the combination with him and the runner, man. That they're deadly. I will say that it's going to be real cold, so I do think there's going to be a lot more ground and pound, which will help them.
As it should be. It should be more ground and pound. Kev, who you got?
You know what? Give me the Bills.
Okay.
And the reason why is because you brought up a regular season, and yes, it was the regular season, but the Bills not only beat the Chiefs, but they also beat the Lions as well. So, I mean, those are two very good teams, and those are two teams that have the best record on both their conferences. So, the Bills have shown that they can be contending up there with anyone, and it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a really good fight too. Allen versus Lamar. The difference is Lamar has Derrick Henry. That's gonna be a big difference for them. But I just think going off of, because remember from the while back, the quarterback that has the most pressure, I said Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, beginning of the season.
Yeah. And this leads up to it because
you can't be MVP and not have no rings.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
three of them. This is gonna be his third.
What's his playoff record? Like 2 and
4, I think.
Something like that.
2 and 4. Yeah.
So I mean, his playoff record isn't the best record too. So, and I think Josh Allen has a slightly better playoff record than him, or am I mistaken?
I think so. I don't think it's much better, but I think it's just a little bit. I don't think he's played as many
So I
games,
mean, both of them are the top 2 best quarterbacks in this season. So I mean, it's gonna be a good matchup. It could be a pretty high scoring matchup too, depending because both teams are very high scoring teams. I just like Buffalo more, especially because they're playing at home.
So you take Buffalo?
I'm taking Buffalo.
This game is going to come down to who has the football last. Who has the football last? Now, just because I say that does not mean this game is going to be 35-40 or 32-36. This game could be 24-27, and it all comes down to who has the football last, because this is going to be a run-heavy game. If Baltimore runs the ball the way that they should, they will win this game. But if they try to put the ball in Lamar's hands, as they have been the past few years,
be some interceptions.
They will lose this football game because he will throw interceptions. He will fumble the ball. And when he needs to make a big throw in the playoffs, he has not made that big throw. If you put the ball on the ground, give it to 22 and 8, they will win this
because if you're talking about making the bigger throws, I'm trusting Josh Allen than Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Did you see the clip though, Lamar?
Mm-mm.
They were talking about how these teams have met up before, and I guess he threw like a pick 6.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was like, he just finished watching that. He needed that type of motivation for this game. So, watching that Lamar just gave me a little more
Because I mean, he's just
confidence in him.
he's gonna win his third MVP. He's gonna win his third MVP.
You're confirming that he's gonna win over Josh Allen.
I guarantee you he will.
Yeah,
He
I
has
think
had
after
the better
play
he has had
last
the better
week,
year.
especially after, and that's not how the voting should go. But I think the way he played last week solidified it.
Well, no, because the voting only is regular
Because
season.
I think
I know
think,
that's even with the
but
NBA. But I feel
because-
like sometimes that that registers for the voters, and they go, yeah.
Because I mean, I think MVP is like the most valuable player. That's what it stands for.
Yeah.
I think Allen is actually very valuable to this team because Lamar had someone like Derrick Henry to help him out on offense. Allen didn't really have someone like a Derrick Henry on that team.
True, but I mean, like, if you want to talk about most valuable, you could easily give that to Saquon Barkley.
You could, like you said, like no one knows, it's a quarterback.
They think they're gonna pound the rock. I think they're gonna do it efficiently. I think they're gonna do it effectively, and it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a fantastic game. But
will be the game of the weekend right there.
it absolutely will
Watch
be
it turn out to be the Commanders and Lions game as game of the week.
Huh?
Watch it be the Commanders
I
and
wouldn't be
Lions game as
surprised.
game of the week.
That might be a game.
That's
where
gonna be a
it's
high-scoring game.
35, 30.
That's gonna be a very high scoring game.
And that's gonna be great.
Days is like more.
I think the lowest game is probably gonna be the Houston Chiefs game though.
It might be, but I think Casey's gonna put up anywhere between 28 35 points.
I was
That's where
thinking
the offense is.
I was thinking like probably like 24-17 maybe.
It could be. The way that the KC offense is looking right now, and they have looked the past few weeks, I think they're going to put up somewhere around 30 points. But that is going to close out this show. I appreciate everybody watching. Of course, I appreciate these guys, man. As always. Like I said, that was a great episode. We'll be back Tuesday with GSM. We will record a Wave show on Saturday, so we'll be back with episode 2 with the Wave. Be on the lookout for that. And as always, don't forget, you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you matter. If nobody else is going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, I love you, I'm proud of you, and always remember, it's nice to be important. It's much, much more important to be nice. We'll see y'all this weekend. We're out. Appreciate
comment,
these guys.
Subscribe, like, subscribe.
Oh, yeah, like that's
I'm
a good
surprised he
one.
hasn't said the most tastiest and all that stuff.
Whoa,
That's wild.